Hi. Today we are going to talk about let's traveling. Teacher Charles has been teaching and to be a tour guide since I was very young. And when I was in the university, I already a tour guide in the United States. So I'm very familiar for everything about tour. But today I wanted to talk to everybody about the traveling English. Everybody know traveling. What is the traveling? It means from A place to the B place. So when we talk about traveling, it must be very exciting, funny, and interesting. But do you know there's so many countries around the world. So we got to learn something. When you go somewhere, how do you communicate and talk to the people? How can you go on the board? How can you check in, check out, no matter in the airport, hotel, or everywhere? So that's why you come to here, to learn English. So I'm sure, I just want you to know, after our program, you finish your English, then Teacher Charles is going to take you to the United States. To what? To really practice your English, to really check in, to really to see the world, enjoy the feeling. All right, so let's begin our lesson today. Gentlemen, ladies, traveling is fun. But here is a word from the very wise man. His name is Saint Augustine. He say, the world is the book, and those who do not travel read only one page. So what does that mean? You got to go. You got to see. You got to enjoy, to see the difference. Think about it. Not only in Taiwan, you can go anywhere. Remember, it's not only one page. There are so many things there. All right, let's play the Jeopardy. It's a game, but it's kind of Q&A. So I would like to use something like more funny to share with you. Okay, here we go. It's just a point. If you get one, you get a one check. Here is the teacher first question. But before I'm question, is anybody can tell me what is this? Yeah, exactly. That's Eiffel Tower. That's London, England. That's we call it Brazil, and that is Indian. And I'm going to show you a question. Here's my first question. Which landmark in Australia is similar to sailing a boat? Gentlemen, ladies, landmark. Okay, is anybody can tell me? Yes, it's called a Sydney Opera House. You can see that. Look like a sailing boat. Teacher Charles has been there. It's so big and huge. They are in the harbor. Then you can see the old harbor street in the Sydney harbor. And the museum is called the Opera House. Very beautiful. You got to go there. From there, you can see the old Sydney harbor. All right, here's my second question from Teacher Charles. So what is the two languages are official in Canada? Everybody know America. They speak American. That's why we learn English. But how about Canada? What people do in Canada? What language are official there? Good, it's English and French. So if a Teacher Charles take you to America, we also can go to the Canada to visualize, to see the difference of the culture. You are not going to be very enjoy it. All right, here's my third question. I think this is the easy part. So what city is known of the Big Apple? Gentlemen, have you been to the LA? It's called the Angel City. If you've been to the Las Vegas, it's called the Sin City. But how about the Big Apple? Yes, that's right. It's the New York. And why they call it Big Apple? That's a sum of the story. And you're going to find out? I'm going to tell you later. All right. Number 4 question. So what city have you arrived if you found yourself in Moscow? Gentlemen, lady, you know Moscow City. It's the capital of Russia. Very nice. And I've been there one time. It's so cold in the winter time. But People like it because it says enjoy it. So I will show you the mascot and tell you about it later. All right, here's my next question. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the capital of the Australia? Gentlemen, lady, people always confuse about Australia and Austria. But now we are going to talk about Australia. We just mentioned that before. What's that? Yes, it's Canberra. Everybody think about it's Sydney, but no, it's a Canberra. All right, so you're right. Good. Give yourself a 1 point. All right, next one. I'm going to share with you about second question. Next question. Which country is the home of the river of the Thames? Okay, what is the Thames? Thames is a river. So, yes, you're right. That's in England. Here, the Thames River is across London. Did you see that? This is we call as a London Bridge. You remember the song? I will tell you. There's so many stories about England. All right, next one. I'm going to share with you. We talk about where is the Seine River. You know Seine? We just said some river in England. How about Seine? Good. It's in Paris. Very nice. Because, you know, when every country in the world is the same, people like to live by the river. Why? Because people need to drink water, right? Without water, without food, how can we survive? So river is very important for the human being. All right, here is another question I would like to share with you. Where is Vancouver? Gentlemen, everybody know America, but now Vancouver is from Canada. That's right. It's a very big city. Everybody talk about Vancouver. Everybody talk about Toronto. So I will talk to you later because I was there also. All right. If you are in the middle of the Piccadilly Circus, in what city are you in? Now people have a question, say, oh, teacher, what is the Piccadilly Circus? Let me tell you the answer. It's in London because they always doing the show there. I always remember the Piccadilly Circus next is the British Museum. You know, there are so many things you can see. So you can go to enjoy the circus and also go to the museum. All right, here is another question. What is the Louvre and where is it? Gentlemen, lady, you know Louvre, right? No? Okay, let me give you a hint. People go there to see the Da Vinci picture. You know Da Vinci? How about Mona Lisa? Yes, that's right. They are in a museum in France. That is called a Louvre. Did you see the triangle? The pyramid, they have shown on the movie many times. And on basement, you can go from entries. It's so big there. Anyway, we'll talk about it later about a museum in France. All right. Next one I would like to share with you. The mentioned 2 ways you can travel from the U.S. to Europe. Everybody know? If you want to go traveling, what transportation will you take? Tell me. Yes, it's a plane. By plane and the ship. Okay, that will be easier. Of course, ship will be longer, but plane will be faster. But depend on you. Some people like to talk at a ship because they are enjoy. Yeah. Also, they can use a cruise. Good. All right. Here's another question I would like to share with you. What is Florida, Texas, and Alabama? Everybody know Florida. There's everywhere have a fruit like an orange, apple. Texas, so big. Everything in Texas is big. And Alabama also is a very huge state in the United States. So, what are they? Good, they are a state. People in Taiwan like to say Providence, but in America they call it a state. And how many states in America? Good. I don't want to tell you, and I want you to tell you when we have another class talk about American history. All right, here's another one. What is the currency of Canada? Currency means money. So, what is the currency? Yes, it's called a Canadian dollar. Taiwan, you use the NTD. It's called a new Taiwan dollar. Then America uses the USD. That's called a United States dollar. And so in Canada, they call it CD, Canadian dollar. Very popular in Canada. All right. Here's another question. Where is Ayer rock? Oh, teacher, what is a rock? Rock, just like a stone. All right, sorry. So, what is the Ayer rock? This is Outback, Australia. Gentlemen, lady, this rock is so huge and enormous. Maybe this is far away, but when you get there, you can see how tremendous, how enormous about this outbreak and in Australia. Very beautiful. Okay, we have got to quickly go on our question. What are the most important water activity in Australia? People all along, we all around Taiwan. So what is the activity in Taiwan? Have you dived in before? Have you snorkeling before? No? Here we go. It's serving and selling. It was interesting. Gentlemen, lady, you got to do it. No, of course, everybody concerned about safety. But sometimes, if you have everything ready, you got to do it. All right, here's another question from Teacher Charles. So what is the Japanese currency? See, NTD is Taiwan. USD is America. We talked about that earlier. Canadian dollar is a CD. How about Japan? Yes, it's a yen. Y-E-N. So they use the yen. All right? And that's called a Japanese currency. All right, next one I would like to share with you is, where is the mountain Fitzroy? So, teacher, what is that? Actually, it's a person name. Okay? And where is it? Mountain Fitzroy. Yes, that's in Argentina. And I heard about, because teacher read that from the Google, they say all of the Argentina for the mountain Fitzroy, they have a very important, it's called glacier. The glacier is just like an ice river, frozen years and never floating. But we can check it about this one. Okay, let's move on. Next question. Gentlemen, ladies, where is the Cape Town? So, oh, teacher, what is the Cape Town? Yes, it's in South Africa. It's a very beautiful city in South Africa. Okay, next one. Which are the most famous falls in the U.S.? This fall in here, falls mean water from up to down. So what is the most famous fall in the USA? Yes, it's called a Niagara Falls. It's between the USA and Canada. So they are just across the border. So they have a very long bridge, and teacher take people go there. So I will take you to go there also. So when you go there, the other side is America, because there is a bridge, and the other side is Canada. The river, the fall is called Niagara Falls. All right, next one. What is the most famous attraction in China? I think that everybody know that. Yes, that's right. It's a great word. They call that it's over 10,000 years. But I'm not sure. I think they have really history, and I've been there before. Beautiful. All right. So, Teacher Charles just very quickly to tell you how important to just go around the world. Sometimes people always think about, let me get older, then I go there, because in a moment, I already have my money and everything. But honestly, when you was young, you are most powerful and energetic. But when you get old, how can you have such an energy to see everything? So, book, study. It's just a book and study. It's for the personal knowledge. But when you go traveling,